We start from the back of the rig, the startup, the full operation. You've been through unloading the rig, but so 2 steps. Starting the engine screen. Really important, the pre-setting before connecting the remote control. E-stop, up, so rotate, up. This one here doesn't have to be on position on, but forward, and on the side, green. So those 3 things. This one in the middle, you can always leave it up. It's just to prevent, we have in some rigs, we have a connection that basically you can activate or disactivate the undercarriage. But in these little machines here, we don't do that. That is basically for the larger unit. So this one up, remote e-stop up, and selector on position green. On the left side, green button. Important is this one actually is the main key of the remote. If this one is not in or is missing or is not completely, it has to be like this. If it's a little bit like this, you're not able, you don't have power in the remote control. So this one up, press 1 time, keep for a few seconds, and then you will see that the light is basically start flashing. You already connected there. You press 1 time, it's flashing fast blinking. 1 more time, the same green button, flashing slow. The remote control is connected to the rig. To start the rig, you can either start it from here, or this button here, you press for 4 or 5 seconds, and the rig is on. Then, on the green background, you have all the positioning. So, the tracks, right track, forward, left track, forward, backward, and backward. Then you have here, starting from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th joystick from the right, from the left, you have the mast inclination, left and right. 5th joystick from the right, from the left, you have your mast inclination. So if you push it, the mast is basically coming in this way. If you pull it, the mast is basically going on the opposite side, on the opposite way. This one here is the rotation. 6 joystick from the left, and then that's it. So this one, the big joysticks, you can control the tracks, the mast inclination on the side, the mast tilting backward and forward, and then the undercarriage rotation, the chassis rotation. From here, this joystick here does your stabilizers up and down, and that's it. So on the green, you have all this function. When you switch on the white, it means you are ready to drill. You have your rotation, head rotation. You want to move there? I will start. So let's do like this. When you go on white, on the left side you have these buttons here. So plus, it will increase the RPM, minus decrease. If you press both together, fixed step. You have 3 steps, and then down. So it's easier when you go on drilling to just press both, maybe 2. Usually we suggest, right now we are about 1,800, 1,900 RPM with the engine. This is usually and up. And then you can go up to 2,100, 2,200 on the last step. But that's usually too much. The second step is what we usually work. On the white background, you have your head rotation with this joystick. One side and the other one. You have from here, you have your upper clamp, which is the breaker basically, the clamping device. So closing. And open. If you need to smaller, there are actually these pads that we ship with the drifter. Yeah. I don't know if you got the drifter already?
No.
Ah, okay. So you have thicker jaw pads that actually allows you to go down to 30 millimeter if you're doing hollow bars. 30, R32, 38, 51, Ishibek 40, Ishibek 52 basically. And that's for this and this. To change the pads is this screw and then on the other side. And you just stick it up. So you have upper clamp. Here you have your winch. Down and up. This one, which is the fifth joystick from the left, does your counter slide. So if you pull it, the mast is going down. If you push it, the mast is going up.
So all that happens in the drill mode?
This is all in the drill mode. Because the concept is you position your rig with the right angle, and then once you're in the correct angle, you slide the mast down, touching your down or on the side to your wall or ground, and then you start drilling. This one is your lower clamp, same concept. Pull it, closing, pushing, opening. And this one is your feed. Push it up, pull it down. The drilling function, you also find the drilling functions on the lower joysticks here. And these ones are the one that you normally use for drilling. So all these joysticks here, for example, the feed and the rotation you're using when you're recovering your drill rod. So you want to be fast, no automatics, you decide everything. When you go on drilling, you activate the rotation, and this light comes on, and then with the potentiometer you start increasing, and you decide the speed that you want. Same thing on the other side, right opposite. You push down, and then you increase your feed pressure from 0 to as much as you want. Now, a cool feature, especially when you're drilling and you want to flush your hole, and you basically don't want to deactivate this function and then reactivate all the time. So right now you're drilling. What happened? This one is the manual feed system. So I want to flush. I just push it, I release it, and the drill keeps going down. So I don't have to change anything on the setting. I just do like this, flashing out, I release it, and the rig goes down at the same setting that you basically preset here. Same thing for the rotation. You see now it's turning like this, I release, it's going back. So these joysticks here, rotation and feed, wins against the automatic. But of course, it's you that you decide to reverse the rotation or reverse the feed. Let's try this one. All right. If you are on white, one thing, if you are on white, it won't start the engine. You have to go on green and then keep press. Exactly. So Wide. Let's go up a little bit more. Right next to the rotation, you have your side shift.
Okay. Can you go up and side shift at the same time?
You mean with the feed?
Yeah, but operate them both at the same time. That's why I wanted to see whether if somebody's drilling and they pump that wrong lever and they move that over and they don't realise it. That's why I'm asking.
Now,
It does happen.
if you want to prevent that, on the hydraulic valve,
Yeah.
on the distributor, is actually a plug. You unplug it. If you don't need it and you don't want to create, you just unplug that one. So you're basically pushing this joystick, but it doesn't do anything.
So that's up around the back here.
So you can do it. It's actually here, inside here, or other thing, you can just plug the hoses, close the hoses, which is, I think, it's even easier and faster to see. You remember, let's say, because we had sometimes people that they did this, or they removed some cables, and then after 1 year, it's not working. You know, so that one is good. On this one here on the side, so rotation, your side shift, and then here you have your feed, and this one is basically your road breaker. It's here because you can operate with two hands. So closing, so you use both hands to be faster. Flushing. So on the right side, you have also position white always, plus and minus. Plus, now the motor is open, your air can go through. Minus, you close. This one, in the middle, you press one time, is basically your water. 1 and 2. Your water pump is here.
Control your weight.
Yes, yeah. Plus, minus, not like if you're doing manually, but you have 3-4 steps, let's say. We will see later. This one here is your water pump. So from here, and then it comes out your light.
Same. It has a speed control, so I can put down water injection.
No, so the water you cannot control. You can control the water, the inlet, let's say. You can control how much water you're giving to the pump, but it doesn't have the function to actually control the flow and the pressure. So it's on off. One more thing. This one has to be at the beginning, sorry. You see, when you go in positioning, the RPM goes down and then you can go up. Let me try one thing. Okay, so on the blue, you have the tracks open and close. So right here on the blue, you have to activate. You can always leave it on the blue, no problem. With these two joysticks, you close the tracks. One or the other one. If you are, especially with rubber tracks, do it. We put it here so you can track and a little bit of move, you know, and that is good. Yeah, I can't do it because I'm fucking.
Like close them, you have to jack it up off the ground first.
Or exactly. Or if you want, you can lift a little bit the machine, close, and go. Correct. All right. If you press any stop, you lose connection. So it's basically cutting the power to the remote control. Rearm. Reconnect. Takes a little bit time to reconnect, restart the rig. When you turn off the rig, we suggest to don't use the e-stop, because what you basically want to do is, one second.
Things down.
You can do it with this button here, or you can do it with the key. So to turn off with this button, you do 1, and then the second time you keep pressed and the engine shut off, or with the key. I'm saying this because the e-stop basically is like an alarm. You send an alarm to the engine, and if you do it sometimes, no problem. But if you do it frequently, the engine actually sends out an alarm code saying, "Hey, is this alarm always happening? We need to check something." You know, it doesn't matter. Like the engine doesn't, the rating, so the power is still the same, but you just have an alarm on the back. One more thing, when you are on radio, so like now, and you leave your remote control disconnected, the engine is on, so it's waiting for the communication. If you leave it like this, after 1 minute, the engine sends out an alarm saying, "Hey, I'm not getting," so don't worry if you see this, it's because the remote control is not connected. Then you connect it, and after 1 minute, it goes away.